Before I begin, I want to say you look extra good today, students. I heard you took a photo today. So let's start our day with greetings. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, teacher.
Alright. So now that we're done with the attendance and also about the nameplate, I think everybody was able to put it. If you forgot, please put it on your table so Miss Lee can easily call you by your name. Alright, thank you, Rex. I can see it. Alright, attention.
1, 2.
Before we begin, let's have a quick review of what we have been learning last time. So, we learned about the 4 important things. Can you please read it for Miss Lee? Objects.
Object.
Chinese?
物体
Everybody say time.
time 时间
Colors.
color 颜色 feelings 感受
Perfect. So after that, after we learn about the 4 important things and look at the painting, we also ask you to draw this one, wherein you need to write 3 colors that you can connect to the song and draw something that you think describes the song. So last time, you were able to finish it. Today, Miss D will choose some students to share his or her answer, okay? But I need the help of student number 1 of each group. Please come forward and get your paper. Student number 1 of group 1. Group 2. That's group 2. Let's do it by group 3. Are you group 3? No. Group 4. Okay. Group 5. Group 6. If the paper is mixed up with another group, just return it to the owner. Alright. So, let's start when everybody has their paper. Alright. I'm gonna choose something random. Okay, per group, I want student number 3. Gary, can you please stand up? One moment. I forgot to show the guide. Attention.
1, 2.
Alright. So last time, Miss D showed you an example where I shared my work. So where is teacher's work? So I asked you to write 3 colors, right? That you can connect to the song. And then also at the back, I asked you to draw. So you're going to share this way. You can start by showing your work and say, the colors I can connect with the song are yellow, black, and blue. And teacher, I draw stars. Now you could also add what color. I draw a yellow star, or maybe you could show the feelings as well. If you draw a sad face or happy face, you could also say by teacher, I draw a sad star. Something like that. Alright? Do you understand what to do? Yes or no?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Let's continue. Let's have student number 3 for group 1. Gary, can you please stand up and share your work? Show your drawing and your answer. Go on. Connect. Can you show your drawing to your classmates? The stars. It's okay. Alright. Maybe you can try turn around and show it to them. Alright. Thank you so much, Gary. Now for group 2, let's have Zoe. Zoe, can you please stand up? Okay, thank you, Zoe. Alright, let's have for group 3, let's have, I can see your name. Yes. Cindy. Okay, go on, Cindy. You just read it with us. Alright. The colors. I can. Star. Okay, thank you so much, Cindy. Now let's have group 4. Let's have Rex. You can do it, Rex. Go. Stand up. I can connect.
With no song or
red, blue, and yellow. Actually, says
Can we see the drawing? It's alright. It's okay. Alright, maybe later Miss D can check it for him. But now let's have Aaron. You can do it, Aaron.
Okay.
So,
The colors I can connect with the song are blue, red, and black. I draw flower and ears.
okay, you drew flowers and ears. Okay, last one from the last group. Let's have, Henry.
the color I can
Connect.
connect with some blue, green, and yellow. I draw the flowers
And a
and
face.
the leaves.
Alright, thank you, Henry. Attention.
1, 2.
Alright, I want to say good job, everybody, for finishing your drawing and sharing your answers. Now, I want you to keep your drawings under the table. Please keep the drawings under the table. Later, Miss D might ask some questions again about that. But before that, we're going to learn something today. So, we are going to have a group activity wherein, eyes on me, remember your groupings before we begin and your student number. Now that we're clear about that, we are going to arrange the picture. What do I mean by that? Here, Miss D prepared some cutouts, okay? So everybody say cutouts. When we say cutouts, I'm talking about something like this. So these are cut parts of a picture that will come up with one photo or painting. So what you need to do is arrange it by group. Each group will have different cutouts. So what are the set of cutouts, Miss D? Give me a moment. So, by the way, once you are done, you need to put the clear envelope with your picture to your group number. So if you're group 1, you cover group 1, group 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like that. Do you understand? Yes or no?
Yes.
Alright. So set 1 will have, what do we call this? Beach. Okay, what about this one? Sea. And what about this one? Sky. So those are your 3 cutouts for set 1. For set 2, we have, what about this one? Very good. It's mountains. What about this one? House. Alright. And for the last set, what's this one? This one.
Tree.
And grass, or like grassland. So remember, each group will have different cutouts, and you will be given 2 minutes to arrange it to come out with one photo. So I'll show the timer here. Now let's do it by group. Wait for the go signal before you begin. Oh, not yet. Wait. 1, 2, 3, go. All right. Okay, this one was in a rush. Thank you. Thank you. Don't worry, we still have a lot of time. Okay. Alright. Alright. Okay. We still have enough time, but good job, great job for finishing early. Now it's time to look at your your bricks. So let's take a look at here. Eyes on me.
Eyes on you.
So now we can look at the painting. Let's try, take a moment to look at your work and see if there's same or differences with your work. So I think everybody did it the same. So let's try to arrange it together. Let's start with group 6 and group 2's cutouts. So what did they put at the back of their picture? The sky. What did they put next? Sea. Alright. And lastly, they put the beach. Alright. They did it the same way. Next, let's take a look at the second one. What did they put at the back? Sky. And then mountains. And house. Very good. Some of them were mentioned last time. There's also a tree teacher. Alright. Now let's go to the last one. What did they put at the back? Alright, still the same. What did they put after? Okay, and lastly, the tree. Alright, did you know in some other classes, they also put it this way. And this is okay. We will talk more about this later. Some other students from other class arrange it this way. And again, Miss T will go back to that later. But for now, good job because we are done with the first group activity. Now it's time to learn what we did. Everybody say composition.
Composition.
One more time, composition.
Composition.
So what we actually learned through this group activity is the composition in art. There are 3 things. We have foreground, middle ground, background. But before that, when we say composition, it means it's the order of things in a picture or painting. Now everybody please read the Chinese.
Go.
So remember, every time Miss T says composition, Miss T is talking about this one. Now, we have foreground, middle ground, background. Let me just arrange this so that we can show it clearly. Alright. So, when we say foreground, it's the closest to you. What's the Chinese?
Chinese.
When we say middle ground, it's the middle of the artwork. When we say background, what's that in Chinese? Alright. So say the Chinese again one more time. Now we'll do it in English. Everybody say foreground. Middle ground. Background. Now, when we say foreground, it's the closest to you. When we say middle ground, it's the middle of the artwork. And when we say background, it's the farthest to you when you look at the picture. Now, I have here another set of cutouts. Now, I want you to tell me, what do you think is the foreground in this cutout set? Let's start. I will choose randomly. Okay, let's have Eric. Okay, since Eric is raising his hand already. What's the foreground here? Here in this example. Okay. Do you agree? Is it grass? Yes or no?
Yes.
Alright, correct. Because the grass is closest to you when you look at it. What about I think I called Rex earlier. Iris. Iris, what is the middle ground? Miss D said middle ground is the middle of the artwork. What? The rock. Very good. Therefore, what is our background? I cannot see the names of others. Make sure it's you're showing it to Miss D. Dana, what is the background here? The sky. Very good. Because like what Miss D said, background is at the back of the picture. But what if I want to put this here? What is our foreground now, Grace? Foreground. I'm talking about this one. Okay, I'm talking about Grace. Okay, Grace, do you need help? You can say the Chinese if you can remember. So what's the foreground? This one, or this one?
Foreground 是什么？啊，前景是什么？ 石头，来，他说石头，石头是什么？
Rock.
Rock. Okay, thank you for helping Grace. So Grace, what's the answer again? Rock. Okay, thank you so much everybody. So remember, attention.
1, 2.
Whatever is the closest to you, it is the foreground of the picture. So if you change the order, earlier Eric said the grass is the foreground because Miss E put it this way. But if you change it again this way, it's also okay. But our foreground will always be the closest to you. Middle ground is the middle of the artwork. And then background is usually the sky or the things we see from the back of the picture or far away from you. Do you understand foreground, middle ground, background?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
If yes, let's take a look at more examples here. So now that we're clear about that, like I said, we can choose the sky as our background, grass could be the middle ground, and then rock could be the foreground. So we can arrange it this way or this way, like I showed you earlier. But I have a question. Let's take a look at the two photos. Which one do you think is better in a way when you look at it? The first one or the second one? Who says first one? First one. Who thinks I like the first one? Who says the second one is better? They see it better. This one. What do you think? Okay, I see. Raise your hand. Don't be afraid. Okay. Attention.
1, 2.
Again, because Miss D is now not sure who says 1 or 2. This is 1 and this is 2. Who says 1 is okay for him or her? Okay. Alright, hands down. Who says picture 2? It's okay. So only Gary, Amy, and alright. Maybe the others? Okay, there you go. Now question. Those who said picture 1, why do you think 1 is okay? Eric.
Because the grass is very tall and
Okay.
rock is tall and a rock is
At the back of the grass. Okay. It's alright, thank you.
in the grass.
Okay.
They have any grass and the rock is
Enclosed with the grass. I see. Alright. How about the one who said picture 2? Why picture 2 is better? Gary.
因为草如果在前面的话，看起来会比较杂乱一点。就是如果是石头在前面比较没有那么的乱，但是蛮多的。
Why is that? So we can see clearly the rock. I see. Attention.
1, 2.
Actually, there's no right or wrong answers, okay? Miss D just wants to check how you understand and see the painting. So there's nothing wrong if you said, teacher, I like picture 1 because the grass looks nice and it's very tall. Some of them said picture 2 is better because now we can see the rock clearly. Because if we put the rock behind, we cannot see the details. Attention.
1, 2.
Now, today we're learning about composition because like I mentioned last time, we are going to choose one song. You can choose your own songs you like, and then turn it into a painting. So we need to remember that in a painting, there's always a foreground, middle ground, and background. And so, if you want to arrange it this way of your song, that's okay. If you want to fix your song this way, that is also okay. Now that that's clear, let's go over again the composition. Everybody say foreground.
Foreground.
Middle ground.
Middle ground.
Background. Now let's cover. Again, I'm choosing randomly. Tell me what is number 1 melody. Foreground, middle ground, background. 1. Very good. It's the background. What about Woody? Woody, what's number 2? Number 2. Foreground, middle ground, background. Very good. Foreground. And what about Alan? What is number 3? Foreground, middle ground,
都没
background.
关系。啊，前景、中景、背景，差一个。中景，对。
Alright. So in English, what's that? Middle ground. Say it again, Alan. Middle ground.
Middle ground 讲出来。
Alright. Thank you, Alan. Okay. Now that I think we're very clear about that, let's try with your photos. But I will change it. This time, Miss D will mention the foreground, middle ground, background, and you need to tell me the objects that you see. So for example, with this one, I will say, what's the foreground? So you tell me it's the rock, something like that. So we have here, let's name the cutouts first. Everybody say beach.
Beach.
Sea.
Sea.
Sky.
Sky.
Now, can you tell me the foreground of this picture? Jamie. Foreground. What object? It's okay, you can say Chungman if you're not sure of English.
这边有什么？
Foreground. Jamie, do you need help?
中文也可以。沙子，就是沙滩嘛，对不对？就是 beach，比较会讲。
Okay, it's the beach. What about Cindy? Another Cindy. We have another Cindy. Cindy, what's the background here? The sky. Very good. So lastly, what about Charles? Charles, what's the middle ground here? What object? The sea. Huh? The sea. Alright. Okay. Now let's take a look at the next one. Attention.
1, 2.
This time, Miss D will tell the object and you tell me if it's foreground, middle ground, background. Okay, this time I am going to say the object. Tell me if it's foreground, middle ground, background. Let's start with York. York, the house. What is it? Where is it?
前景、中景、背景选一个。
In English, can you remember here? Foreground. Okay. Alright, thank you. What about Joy? Joy, what are the mountains? Where? Foreground, middle ground, background. Very good, Joy. Middle ground. And then, I think, let me see if I called everybody already. Kevin. Kevin, what's the sky? Foreground, middle ground, background. Very good. It's the background. Alright. Lastly, let's talk about this one. What is the, Amy, what's the middle ground here? Tree. Very good. Okay, another question. Did I call you already? I think I called Elsa. Elsa, it's your turn. It's okay.
讲中文也可以。
Elsa, what is the middle ground here?
要考你英文，不会讲中文，你变什么？
Now sure it's Chinese. What's the middle ground?
草地，对，对。
Okay, the grass. Okay. Attention.
1, 2.
So same what we learned about this set, that we can actually arrange our cutouts in different ways. So it could be this way or this way. But always remember, foreground is the closest, middle ground is the middle, and the background is the back or farthest. Do you have any questions? No? Do you understand the lesson?
Yes.
Alright. Now, next lesson, you are going to continue answering this one. The foreground words, middle ground words, background words, and the sentences. But today, I want you to get your drawing again. Can you please get the drawing earlier? This one. This one. Alright. Now we will test more about the foreground, middle ground, background. I want you to tell me the foreground, middle ground, background of your work. Okay? Alright. So remember, foreground, middle ground, background. Okay. Alright, thank you. Now I want you to share what is the foreground, middle ground, background of your work in your painting last time. Chain. That's chain. Chain. Okay. Eric, since you're talking to Mr. Chen already, would you please share with us what's the foreground, middle ground, background of your work? You can stand up and show them your work first so that they can see. Alright. Okay, that is the work of Eric. Go on, Eric.
My first ground is
Chain.
chance, and my middle ground is flower, and background is box.
The box. Okay, so you're saying your picture, the flowers inside the box, and then at the front there are chains. Okay, thank you, Eric. What about, I think I'm interested to Aaron's work. Aaron, can you share with us what's your foreground, middle ground, background? Can you please stand up and show your work to your classmates?
讲中文没关系。你的前景是什么？
前景是一个花瓶装的花，然后凋谢的。
光光已成包了，然后再来呢？
然后中景是不掉的叶子跟耳朵。
你的 grow 是那什么？耳朵？耳朵。
Okay.
OK。
没有背景。
No background. Alright, it's okay. I think I also find something interesting with your paintings when I'm checking it. I want to see... Okay, I think Ryder's adding something. Ryder, go ahead. Can you please share with us? Ryder wanted to add last few details on his drawing. It's okay. You can say Chungwan if you're...
你自己讲啊，我们都不会要，你自己觉得哪个是中底，哪个是配底，是你自己觉得，这没有什么标准答案的。你说，说不让前景，说不让前景。
拿起来给我们看。
啊，你讲啊，你站起来给大家看一下。啊，不然你拿给我，给同学看。你不敢拿，你不敢看啊，不敢给同学看。那你讲，你直接讲。OK。
It's alright, we understand, Ryder. Maybe we can ask someone else. Can you show your drawings to teacher so that I can see? Alright, let's have Hansel. Hansel, show your drawing to your classmates first. Everybody, you can come here to check.
Foreground is forest.
Okay.
Middle ground is sea.
Okay.
My background is sun.
The sun. Alright, nice drawing. Thank you, Hansel. Alright, maybe one last this time, Miss Lee will guess a class number. Who's number 22? Cindy. Okay. It's okay. If you're not done, you can just tell us what you were able to make. Foreground, middle ground, background. Oh. It's okay.
大声一点，我再帮你翻译没关系。
Chungwan is okay.
我不让你。
She's shy. Okay, it's alright. Attention. I know some are a bit shy and that's okay. Maybe next time Miss Lee will call them again. But is there someone else who wants to show his or her work? Volunteer. Who wants to volunteer? Leo, do you want to try? Okay, you're looking at teacher. Alright. Okay, if no one is trying, one last before I continue. Jamie, I like your painting. Can you share it with us? The foreground, middle ground, background. Yeah. It's okay. Alright, stand up, Jamie, and show your drawing to us. Tell us what's your foreground, middle ground, background.
前景前面最前面是画什么？
Changing stars.
然后最上面那个是什么？那个是属于你的哪个景？都没有背景。或者是月亮跟天空都是你的背景。
No middle ground is okay.
OK。
Alright.
The sky background.
Background. Attention. Alright. Miss D and Mr. Chen notice in your drawing, some were able to put the foreground, middle ground. Some don't have background. And that's okay because we didn't know yet what's foreground, middle ground, background. But let's take a look at the form again here. Eyes on me.
Eyes on you.
Later on, next week, you will finish the form that you started last time. Now, Miss D just wants to review everybody. Remember the 4 things, the objects, time, colors, and feelings. Next time, Miss D will let you use the iPads again. And then you can already go and write your foreground words, the objects, time, colors, feelings, and then write it here. And so with the middle ground and background. After that, don't forget to turn your foreground words, middle ground words, background words into sentences. Do you understand? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, I will show you a quick example so that next week you can already start working on it. Alright, this one. Alright, so last week, Miss D already asked you to write, right? We have the words. So flowers is object, time, colors, or feeling. Flowers, object, time, colors, or feeling. Objects, okay. What about purple? Colors. What about sad? Feelings, okay. So next week, make sure you write the objects, color, and feelings that you can find in your song. Do you understand? Yes or no?
Yes.
Now, same with middle ground and then the background. But here we have the word night. What is night? Objects, color, time, or feelings? Night.
Time.
Time. Very. Everybody say time.
Time.
So, alright. Next week, Miss D and Mr. Chen wants to see in your form that you write the sentences here. Now, everybody, please read it for Miss D. There are sad purple flowers. 1, 2, 3, go.
There are flowers.
The middle ground, everybody say, there is a field of orange grapes.
There is a field of orange grapes.
And lastly, everybody say, there are blue and gray clouds at night.
There are blue and gray clouds at night.
Okay. After you finish your drawing next week, Miss D and Mr. Chen will also give you time to draw your foreground, middle ground, background. So this is our example. So for my background, Miss D write, there are blue and gray clouds at night. So we can see here, I use blue and gray color, right? But what tells you it's nighttime?
Moon.
Raise your hand if you wish to answer. Eric.
Star and moon.
Very good. We have the stars and the moon. So next week when you start painting or drawing, you can already add other objects you want. Gary, do you want to add something? You're raising your hand.
Star, moon.
Ah.
The sky is
Okay. For Gary, he can also see that the sky is blue and it tells us it's nighttime. Now for the middle ground, Miss D wrote, there is a field of orange grains, right? So when we say field, it means group of plants in one place. So I drew this way. And lastly, I said there are sad purple flowers. So here I used color purple and drew the flowers. And if we put them together, my drawing would be like this. Do you understand? Yes or no?
Yes.
Alright. So that would be all for this review. Next week, Miss D will give you time to finish this one. Do you have any questions?
No.
No? If none, I think we still have enough time. Maybe we could review some more of the things we learned last week. So, let me just go over it quickly. Alright, everybody say lyrics. So later, or in the second period next time, you can look for the lyrics of your song, which is our example today. Like the colors, everybody say blue and gray.
Blue and gray.
We also have objects, everybody say flowers, clouds.
Flower, cloud.
Alright, and then we also have the time and then feelings. Everybody say morning.
Morning.
Everybody say grain.
Gray.
Everybody say pain.
Pen.
What is grain? Can you remember what Miss Lee taught you last time? When we say grain, what am I talking about? What object? Raise your hand.
这是片子吧？稻田来说，东方是吃稻，西方吃什么？麦，所以叫什么田？没错，麦田。麦田跟稻田不同，而是麦田。
Alright. What about pain? What is pain? I told you last time, if you got a wound on your hand and you say, ouch, that's pain. Okay, Joanne. Is that right, Lasher? Okay, pain. So again, Miss B wants you to remember that once you find your song next week and continue with your 4, you need to remember the 4 important things. Always look for the objects, time, colors, and feelings. Now, I have a reminder about our 4. Next week, Miss D will see you finishing this. Now, I asked you to write the foreground sentence, middle ground sentence, and background sentence, right? I noticed with some other students, they copied the lyrics. What is lyrics again in Chinese? Alright. Please do not copy that in your sentences, okay? I'm telling you now so that when you do it again or see your work later, please do not copy the lyrics here. You should write your own sentences, okay? For example, you chose sad and then flowers. You say there are sad flowers in your drawing. Again, do not copy the lyrics of the song. Do you understand?
Yes.
So what's that in Chinese? Who can tell that to their classmates in Chinese? Eric.
不要抄歌词里面的，就是你不要抄歌词，然后你要自己想，你自己感受就行。
Is that right, Lasher? Okay. So the reason why Miss T is saying this, because next week we will dedicate our time to finish the 4. And then you can also start drawing. So I hope if you have the time, you can do it as a homework, but we will also give you time to do it in the classroom. Because today we have this class, that's why next time you'll have shorter time to work on it. So I hope you can review your work and make sure do not copy the lyrics. Are there any questions for today? Alright, so what will you bring next week? You bring your paper. You can also start bringing your watercolor paint. And Miss D, Mr. Chen prepared the palette here and some brushes that you can borrow. So again, next week, bring your paper, bring your color, and you can start painting. Do you understand, class? Yes or no?
Yes.
That will be all for today. Goodbye and thank you. What will you say? Goodbye and thank you, class.